Hey everybody, welcome back. Nee&FeeBrotherhood, Season 2, Episode 7.
Siete.
Yeah, 7.
Si.
Yeah. Yeah. We've been out for a while. That's my fault. I fell down a flight of stairs at my job. Still dealing with it. So I'm going to try not to laugh too hard or move too much.
How you feeling now in general?
I have a lot of pain.
Ugh, the worst.
Like Mr. T. What's your prediction? Pain.
Pain.
Yeah. So I think today we're gonna start off with morbid subject.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, it's all the deaths that happened in 2023 in the music industry. I think most I've heard of. Some I haven't, but the first one, I know you have it on your list too. The first one, Fred White from Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Yeah.
The main reason I started playing music's Earth, Wind, and Fire, man.
That's one of the reasons why I put it down. Is I remember how much you thought of the music, and
Yeah.
I'm a late bloomer of that. I heard it all my life growing up, but never appreciated it till pretty much I got into music.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they're just an amazing band.
Yeah.
Whether you like R&B or not, just the musicianship is incredible.
Yeah, the songwriting, the production, the vocals,
Yeah, Philip Bailey.
Yeah. When I was a kid, I know I said this before, I would hang out in my uncle's room and play all his 8-tracks.
Oh,
while he was at work or wherever he was. And Earth, Wind, and Fire just jumped out at me.
Want to explain to the younger generation what an 8-track was?
Oh, yeah, sorry. 8-track.
That thing was, whew.
8-track was probably about, maybe bigger than this. Yeah, a little thicker, a little bigger. And it was a cassette before cassettes came out.
Yes.
And you would take this thing and pop it into your player. And you had four selections.
Yep, you could not, once you played a song, you were done.
Oh, there was no rewind. No rewind, no fast forward. And then you would change to like the next song and it would like yeah, so everybody had 8 tracks, then cassettes came out after that.
Yeah.
I think that was the next step. Cassettes.
That was the next step, yeah.
Yeah,
They're
they're
huge,
fun.
Yeah. Talk about technology coming along.
Yeah, yeah. They had the 8-track players at home, in the cars. Yeah, so that's where I first got into Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Absolutely.
And then when we did the security at the Apollo, the only time I did it, Verdine White was there.
Oh,
backstage.
I never even saw him.
Me and you went in. I think me, you, and Tall Bill went into the stage entrance.
But right by the street, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And we were, because remember we were having something to eat, and I was like, oh man, I wish we could go inside. And I don't know, you and Tall Bill, you're like, why can't we? We're security.
Tall Bill was very bold.
So we kind of walked up to the stage door, like half ready to be stopped, and we just walked right in.
Like an old dude, right?
Yes.
Just sitting there.
Yeah, and we went up. We were right in the side of the stage, and Verdine White was sitting towards the back of the stage, like just into the music, and I caught my eye, and I was like, "Holy shit!"
Was that for Herbie Hancock? When he was
No, it was the Bruce Willis one.
Bruce Willis, okay.
And what's her name was right next to me too, who I wasn't too familiar with at the time, was Susan Tedeschi.
Oh wow, Tedeschi and Trucks. Right?
Yes.
I didn't even know who she was then, so yeah.
Yeah, neither did I really.
I'm into them now. Yeah.
Yeah, she's great.
They
are great.
Hell of a voice. And
Yes.
talk about slide guitar.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, and then I remember she was learning a song right there on the side of the stage. She's learning this song, and went out and played it, and they announced her, and I was like, Susan Tedeschi? Like, I gotta look into this chick.
Was Derek Trucks there then or no?
I don't think so.
No, damn.
I don't think so. And then what's her name was there? Chaka Khan.
Oh,
do you remember?
Wow. Because I remember being, not on stage obviously, but side stage for Herbie Hancock's reunion with whatever the jazz band was.
Okay.
So, but I only know Herbie Hancock because novice jazz guy is, remember Rocket?
Yeah, of course.
I didn't know there was a band before that, and they reunited when I was by there.
Oh, okay.
First time since they had broken up. It was like the people that were into it were like, they were freaking out.
Yeah.
But I never met Herbie Hancock. I just saw him on stage. He was never at the dinner across the street.
No.
He was
Yeah.
just there and played.
That's right. Yeah, I remember when before the concert, we were doing security for the dinner they had which was in this big parking lot playground
Playground
thing.
for the school.
Yeah, and it was professional. I mean, it was a big tent, great food, paparazzi section. So I don't know who I was outside with, but I just had to walk the people from the limo to the paparazzi.
Oh, okay.
And I think all you guys were inside and took over from there.
Yeah, I was behind Bruce Willis.
Yeah. And the guy with Shaka Khan told me, he's like, look, her ex-husband might pop up, and this is what he looks like, and there's a restraining order.
Take him down.
Yeah, I mean, Chaka Khan. I mean, who doesn't love Chaka Khan?
Yeah.
She's so short and so cute. I was like, yeah, no, nothing's gonna happen to her. And then I saw her before she went out on stage. I mean, she was having problems walking.
Oh,
I mean, she's like
really?
3 feet tall.
But how old is she now? Then?
Oh, she's old, yeah.
Yeah.
And she was hobbling, and they announced her, and boop, strutted right out there and sang her ass off.
All right, enough of this hobbling shit.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a good night.
Wow.
That was a good night. So, yeah, okay, so Fred White. Who do you have next? Sebastian?
Next, I have Sebastian Marine. Now, this is a smaller audience.
Yeah.
But this is a guy from Overkill and Anvil.
Yeah.
And I know most of you outside of the metal world are not going to know who Overkill is. But
Right.
Anvil is an interesting story. It's a Netflix documentary.
Yeah.
It's a band that went through everything a band could go, whatever style of music, and never gave up. In fact, they were living homeless at one point, but they were still a band. If you get a chance, I'm pretty sure it's Netflix. I don't know the documentary. It's called Anvil. But
It's a great documentary.
Great documentary. Yeah. But this guy's Sebastian Marino, that's his name, was part of that. And, you know, the only thing that can really stop the band was death. Unfortunately. That's how dedicated they were. So I really put him down because of dedication, musicianship. It reminds me of another band not a lot of people really like, even in hard rock world, but they're a Maryland band called Kicks. And they just recently played something in that Ocean County, I guess, or it's Ocean Beach area. And wasn't a lot of people there. And it just seems like for your friends that grew up with you that were there and they played.
Is crazy because they were a good band.
They're a good band, man. I mean, I personally like them. They had a hit with Don't Close Your Eyes on MTV for the video. And then another great rock off that album called Cold Blood. And, you know, I thought they were good, but they did something on... I think it's Decline of the Western Civilization.
Yeah.
And the bass player is painting signs on the highway. And I'm just like, oh, man. Like, that's the other side of, like, you try to make music in your life. You don't know what do you do, and you don't have any other skills other than what you can, physical labor. And, like, they talk about it. And, like, his hair has been cut, but he's trying to grow it back in case the band comes back. Yeah. So it was just interesting. And, you know... He'll be missed, and it's dedication. So for all of you that want to, have great dreams of grandeur, please keep your dreams, keep them alive, but also know that there's another side of the coin. And you know, if you want to settle down and have kids and have that and live your best life, it may not be that well because you've dedicated yourself. So the other side of that coin, if you give yourself something to fall back on, you'll fall back. So it's either music or death for a lot of these. And like we said about Sebastian Marino, it was death. So so it's an interesting choice.
Well, it's like a lot of athletes too.
Yes, absolutely.
You know, they
never give up.
They go to pros or they don't go to the pros.
Yep. Go
and
overseas.
Then it's like, now what?
Yep. You can go to Canada, you go for football. Anyways.
Yeah.
But the payment's not going to be there. You're not going to get that money.
No. All right, so next on my list, I got Gangsta Boo.
Gangsta Boo.
From the 3-6 Mafia.
Yes, man. 3 times dope.
Yeah, man.
You didn't know it, but we knew that.
What do you got?
A legend.
Yeah.
We're kind of going from January through to now.
Yeah.
But the man, you take your head off to Mr. Jeff Beck. Just pioneer.
Yeah.
Didn't play with a pick. Played any style he wanted to. Well.
Yeah.
Beyond well.
Yeah. Yep.
Do you have any particular songs?
From Jeff Beck? Friggin' Christ. His, I know he did the solo on that Bon Jovi song.
Oh, Blaze of Glory.
Blaze of Glory, yeah. Which I didn't know it was him, and I always liked it.
Yeah.
But, and then I found out it was him.
I didn't even know until the video came out.
Yeah.
There's 2 for people that are interested. For me personally, it's called Beck's Bolero. It's instrumentals. Calls We've Ended as Lovers. It sounds very easy to play if you ever listen to it, but believe me, it's not.
Right.
And then probably more popular if you wanted to look as I think it's a Curtis Mayfield song, People Get Ready. He played on that with Rod Stewart, and just the tone of the guitar, just everything about it. And it's all tied in with just his greatness, his talent. Part of the New Yardbirds, which took over when Jimmy Page joined Led Zeppelin.
Mm-hmm.
They had gigs as the Yardbirds, couldn't use it, so the New Yardbirds, Jeff Beck came in and killed it, as usual. So from that 60s trio, Page, Clapton, Beck, Hendrix, all of them in England at the same time, some of the greatest guitarists in the world.
Yeah.
The talent that we're losing now, I don't think today's generation can ever appreciate it because they don't,
No.
they don't really understand it. But this living legends that are dying off, it's pretty sad. But
yeah, like back in the day, like everybody wanted to play an instrument.
Absolutely. Doesn't matter the instrument.
It didn't matter. I have good friends that owned a music store, and they, I went in there, I don't know, 5 years ago, and they told me that there's no more kids that are coming in.
Wow.
He says all their clientele was the Latino coming in to buy, maracas or little bongos or something.
Which is part of their heritage too.
Yeah.
So yeah.
But I remember when I was a teenager, the store would be filled with young guys.
Bass, young guitars, bass, drums, keyboards.
Yeah.
That's a shame.
Yeah,
and you look in their school programs, there's no money for music programs. So
no.
You wonder even why they even have school bands anymore.
Yeah.
Or how they do it.
Yeah. I was just at a wedding over the weekend, and I was sitting next to a guy who went to West Hill back in the day. And he was telling me, I remember your father. He was the drill instructor for West Hill High School. And he was like, I was a trumpet, blah, blah, blah. And I said, did you get credit for music back then? He was like, yeah, we did. And he even knows. He says, they don't now. He says, I see Stanford High and West Hill march down the street in these parades. He says, they have the same amount of kids we had in our drum line.
Jeez.
Yeah. So I asked him, I said, when were you there? He's like 76.
Yeah.
So I said,
totally
you went down to Disney World? He's like, yeah. I said, I went. I was a little kid.
Wow.
I slept in the luggage racks. Child safety all the way.
It was so safe.
Yeah. Yeah. And I told him, I said, my father always tells a story how before they loaded the bus at West Hill to go down, they opened up all the instrument cases. And they had all the alcohol in the tubing.
That's right.
And he says, yeah, that's right. Yeah, so that was
that must have been awesome though to go down there.
It was. Yeah. I mean, I was a little kid. There was no other little kids.
Right.
But I was fine. I loved it.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wish I had done that, man.
Yeah. Who you got next? We've been the same person.
It's Royalty.
Yeah.
Lisa Marie Presley.
Lisa Marie.
The impact just her father had on her entire life.
Yeah.
She could not run away from it. She had to embrace it.
Mm-hmm.
And as many people as sharks are out there, I think she's important just so, God, imagine your parent being so famous that you have to take over from everybody trying to steal everything from you as a teenager and not giving a crap. People in your own family, which is what Graceland's about. If you look into the Elvis story, Tom Hanks, well, I forget the name of it, the latest one.
Elvis.
Is it literally just called Elvis?
I believe it's called Elvis, yeah.
So it's Elvis, but it's really about Colonel Tom.
It is.
And it depends if you believe, you really have to look into the story. From what I understand, some people say it's not as nefarious or evil as it is, but Tom Hanks does a really good job. He doesn't just scripts and goes with it. There's people on the other side that he did worse shit to Elvis and literally tried to steal from Lisa Marie or anybody, but to put pressure on him to stay within his family. They had all those people move in, so he'd come back on the road, and there'd be cousin fucking Jethro in there chilling in the king's bed, trying to get girls because he's related to a Presley. I just,
I just heard an interview. I was driving up to this wedding and all that traffic because of the bridge.
The bridge,
right?
Yeah.
So I had Hair Nation on, of course, and I think it looped back again. I started hearing the same songs again. I was like, So I put on the Elvis channel.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So they play like 3 songs I never heard of.
Oh, okay. All right.
So it was kind of cool. And then in between, they interviewed some of the Memphis Mafia.
Oh, all right.
And one of the guys was saying that Elvis and the Colonel had like the best relationship. He said the part about Elvis firing him, like is like portrayed in the movie.
Yeah.
He says is absolutely true. He says, but it was more of a misunderstanding, and he said they were like thick as thieves, him and the Colonel.
Yeah.
So you don't know what to believe.
Now they interviewed the movie part where the younger guys wanted him to be more, go back to old Elvis, don't be the Hollywood Elvis or whatever.
Yeah.
Viva Las Vegas Elvis.
Yeah.
And he worked for the studio, and it's some guy. And they said the division was absolutely real because he needed to control. Now the need to control about him, the government knowing he was here illegally and deporting him.
Yeah.
That I don't know.
Yeah.
That I just don't. That would come from old IRS agents who's still alive.
Yeah.
And is that true?
Yeah.
I have no idea. But the misunderstanding between old new style Elvis Hollywood versus going back to the leather jacket Elvis said was a huge thing. He didn't want to do Hollywood anymore. Didn't want to look like that. He wanted to be like the rebel kind of guy. And he always pointed out to him, which is in the beginning of the movie, with that trio, them doing gospel.
Yeah.
And how many people loved it. And he had just that, he just had the timber for that.
Yes.
There's also something going online that it's within certain circles, if you see it, of a guy. It's a black guy that taught Elvis the Houndog area, like how to sing kind of guttural or whatever, and never got the credit. I wish.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And he went out. It's a real person. They have him. He's credited in one of the movies, like Jailhouse Rock, one of the black and white movies. And how to like that stereotypical thing. And they said it comes from from this guy. So I don't know if it's true, but he did get a credit in a movie, and they convinced him to don't sing rock and roll anymore, do love songs and do TV songs because he sounded like Elvis. And he's like, yeah, because I was the vocal coach for how to do it, but no, whatever, 1950, whatever, you go over here and stay. Here's a couple bucks.
Yeah.
But it'd be interesting to find out if that's 100% true. Also, that and the way if you heard Big Mama Thornton's version of Hot Dog versus Elvis, and again the business side of it gets ugly.
Yeah,
it gets ugly.
Yeah, the guy was also saying that Elvis didn't want to do movies anymore.
No,
but Colonel made him do it because of the Gita.
Yep.
That was it.
That's what it was. But the original thing with Lisa Marie, I just, be missed. Obviously, she didn't have the talent her father did, but who did? It's a needle in a haystack kind of talent.
Yeah, I don't know. I kind of compare that to, I'll say, Wolfgang Van Halen.
Yep. Julian Lennon.
Julian Lennon.
Yep.
Everybody loves them. Lisa Marie, they just didn't accept.
Didn't accept.
Maybe the timing was wrong. Maybe the marketing was wrong. She looks exactly like him.
Just like her father.
Maybe the timing, the marketing, I don't know.
I think once she was able to wrangle control, and also remember her mother did too a pretty good job. I would think raising a kid that could have went.
Oh yeah.
Could have went all kinds of different ways.
Yeah.
So maybe more credit to her mom because she's all by herself now, fighting for the fortune. But I think with that pressure, again, if any of your relatives were of that magnitude, man, that's tough. Because one of the crazy shit we did with just what we had.
Yeah.
So becoming young adults and the mistakes we made. So I can't be. I don't know what she went through on that mountaintop.
Yeah.
Of fame and fortune or infamy, maybe. Who knows? But rest in peace, Lisa Marie. And,
I always thought she was hot.
Yeah, very very attractive young girl too. I just thought she was kind of dopey, but it's.
Yeah, well, she married Nicolas Cage and Michael Jackson, right?
Man.
Actually, I want to say the whole Michael Jackson thing probably discredited her.
I think it did. I think it was. I think it was phony or fake for his side, but to go along with it too.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't have to.
Right.
What money do you need?
Exactly.
What notoriety do you need? So, but rest in peace.
Yeah. Of course. Who you got next? Robbie Bachman. Right?
Yeah,
Bachman,
Robbie.
from Bachman Turner Overdrive.
Bachman Turner Overdrive.
Classics.
Absolutely.
I think there's
classic rock and roll.
I think there's two on here.
Two died. Yeah.
On this list. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't put the other one.
I think.
But yeah, you're absolutely 100% right.
I wrote down. Bruce Gowers.
Oh, who's that now?
He directed the Bohemian Rhapsody video.
Oh, wow. Wow, really?
Yeah.
Are you serious? Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Right?
That's talent.
And then there's David Crosby died.
Oh, man, I didn't even see that. Yeah, I forgot about David Crosby.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Man, that's again, major league talent.
Yeah.
Woodstock, everything.
I dug Crosby, Stills, and Nash more when I started playing in a band because of their harmonies.
They could sing.
You know?
Sweet Judy Blue Eyes.
Yeah. You could pick out any one of those harmonies and sing along with it, and it was like the greatest rehearsal ever.
A lot of people also, even though he's still alive and kicking, young, but CSNY was the beginning of that band. It just, you can imagine a band so good where you leave it and you still have equal or better than success than to this historical band, CSN.
Which, that never made sense to me, that Neil Young sang with these guys.
It really
and then on his own, it's like Bob Dylan. Like, you suck, you can't sing.
Absolutely, man.
But he was in with these guys.
Loved them.
It's almost like, he's not as bad, but I want to say Joe Walsh in the Eagles. He's not as bad as a singer as Neil Young.
No.
But it's like, where are you fitting
in
with
is
this?
it fair to say, and I don't know how big of an Eagle fan you are, but is it fair to say Joe Walsh was brought in more for his musical ability than the singing, you think? Or
I believe so. I think I saw that, actually.
Yeah.
That they wanted the more edgier
to replace Don Felder, right?
Yes.
I think so.
And I think he's on this list somewhere. Or no, he's on the other list.
Okay. But, he made the list.
He made one of the lists.
Unfortunately.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
Who you got next?
Okay. After Robbie, we have Van Conner. Now, if you're a big Seattle kind of guy, if you remember Screaming Trees, remember the Conner twins. They were big boys. 300 plus pounds on that stage.
Really?
They were the big Conner twins. And Van, I think, was the guitar player. But it was a band that could have probably been as big as Alice, maybe.
Really?
Maybe. But they were one of the ones that got involved with drugs that couldn't shake it. If you remember Nearly Lost You. I nearly lost you. It was the only single that I can think of.
Yeah.
So maybe that's one of the also reasons why. But they were loved by a lot of people in Seattle.
Okay.
But they didn't get the fame, fortune, but they definitely hit the drugs hard.
Yeah.
And I don't know personally if Van did or not. Their lead singer had a lot of problems, and I'm assuming the majority of the band did. But part of that Seattle scene, part of, if you guys remember Singles, the movie, the Screaming Trees are on the soundtrack with that same song, Nearly Lost You. So, we'll be missed. Part of the Seattle scene when Seattle was the biggest thing in the world.
Yeah. Yeah. Who do you got next? You got Floyd?
Floyd, yes. Floyd Sneed.
Yeah, Three Dog Night.
Sneed, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Another band from my childhood.
Man, the ink is black, the page is white.
Yeah.
I don't know the rest of the lyrics, but how many songs do those guys have?
A ton.
Just
a ton of songs.
Ton of hits from that era, that early 70s, maybe?
Oh, definitely.
Early 70s?
They probably were late 60s, early 70s.
Early 70s. Got an instantly recognizable lead singer as far as his voice.
Yeah.
You knew it was Three Dog Night.
Absolutely.
Just countless. It's a different era. It's from our childhood. I would say it's definitely, if you're coming from your 20-somethings or younger, just put them in any search engine for music.
Oh, yeah.
You can think of and enjoy the music.
Yeah, you won't be disappointed.
You won't be disappointed. Yeah.
I got Charlie Thomas from the Drifters.
Oh, wow. Yeah,
Drifters?
I didn't know if we were going to go there because it was so much older, but definitely.
I wrote them all down.
Yeah. I mean, I saw it. I just didn't put it down.
Yeah.
What can you say of a classic doo-wop? Big hit on Broadway. I don't know if you guys would know it in a certain generation. But again, worth looking up. God, man, under the boardwalk. What else did they have? They had something.
Yeah.
They had.
There's so many popular songs from them. They kind of all. Sometimes you don't even know who sang it.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. You know what? That's very true. But from people from that generation would probably.
Oh, they know. Of course.
They want to punch us in the head right now for not knowing. But
again, it's something that I grew up on.
Absolutely.
You know, and again, as a musician, if you're any kind of backup singer or vocalist, whatever,
that was
you listen to the doo-wop and you pick out all the harmonies.
Absolutely.
And
how did they do it? Yeah.
Yeah, it's great.
And like I was kind of like the kid that I assume you were, and all kids are from our generation. Go through your parents' record collection at a certain time.
Yeah.
Oh my God, what the hell's a Drifters?
Yeah.
You know, records all scratched up, and like you still want to listen to it.
Yeah. Yeah. Good times, man.
Yes.
There's nothing to do. Nothing else to do inside.
No.
At all.
Yeah, we had.
That was the one on a rainy day. You would go through the albums.
Yes. Dad. So damn corny.
Who's Herb Alpert?
Herb Alpert. So if you remember Rise, the instrumental, 1979, or A&M Records.
Yeah.
So he's the A, trumpeter, started, because I had his partner, which is Jerry Moss on it.
Okay.
Too. And they started in a garage. That's how A&M Records started. Who could think that? And they rose up to huge ranks. Herb Alpert, Rise, the I'm not going to do the melody, but again, look for Herb Alpert, Rise, and you guys, if you think trumpeting or trumpets or wind instruments are gay, give a listen.
I didn't know you were going there with that.
Yeah, because kids like all rock and roll. You want to play guitar, you want to play drums, you want to be something more.
Herb Alpert was the man back
then. Herb Alpert will destroy that ideology. Just absolutely incredible trumpeter, incredible musician, incredible songwriter, and music exec. So, you can be anything and everything in this business, but you have to do it. You can't just sit there.
Some of his songs are still playing today,
and some of it is sampled into hip hop.
That's right.
Too. Yeah, the trumpet.
That's right. And who was the other guy? My father had the record. Chuck Mangione.
Mangione.
And Maynard Ferguson.
Oh yes, absolutely. Maynard Ferguson, when he blow his cheeks, would come out like I don't know what animal, like some kind of
like a bluefish,
like a blackfish, but his cheek. And as a kid, I'm looking, I go, "There's something going on here."
Yeah.
On the visual,
play his ass off,
but my God, you talk about a legend.
Yeah,
absolute legend. Yes, sir.
No doubt. One of the guys from De La Soul died.
Yeah.
I don't know how to say his last name. David Jude.
Yeah, I think that's his legal name. I don't know if he was. They have like one of the guys is Trugoy, which is yogurt backwards. So I don't know if it's that guy.
I don't know.
But if hip hop heads definitely appreciate De La Soul and Me, Myself, and I, the first single, the biggest single, of course. And great video, great era of hip hop.
Left my wallet in El Segundo.
Yep, that was the tribe. But they were in that video.
Yeah.
They were in that video, yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely a sad one in the hip hop world, in everybody's world, I think.
Yeah. What else? Who's you got next?
I have Burt Bacharach. Now you talking about blowing the dust off the man.
Yes.
Burt Bacharach.
But he made the comeback, though.
Made the comeback,
because
absolutely.
of Austin Powers.
Yes, sir, 100%. He is a songwriter. It's from, I don't know, it's height of fame, 40s and 50s, maybe?
40s?
40s, maybe? I don't, because I can't think. I just know in that world, especially in film work, scoring, and in music in general, and singing, performing, this guy, legendary status. It's the GOATs, one of the GOATs. And if obviously it's a generational music, but if you're into somebody that had the talent, maybe not the recognition that comes into our day and the generation today, if you're into music, if you're into just how do you do that, go to Burt Bacharach. This is a true GOAT, a true legend.
Yeah.
And man, just up there with Tony, maybe higher than Tony Bennett. maybe.
Well, I think he is only because of his songwriting.
Yeah, and hits in all these different decades.
Yeah.
And was relevant. Maybe
Yeah.
so was Tony, but like Tony's probably the more well-known name to
Yes.
generation closer to us.
Yeah.
But Burt Bacharach is just a legend, like you said, with Austin Powers.
Yeah, he's in the Austin Powers movie.
Yes, he was. Yeah.
Was it on top of the? No, not on top of the bus. Some on the sidewalk or something. him and Elvis Costello.
Yeah. That's the pairing. Yeah. Actually, I think they work together. So yeah. Yeah, true legend, guys.
Yeah.
Would definitely be worth your time to investigate.
Oh, absolutely. What you got now?
I have after that Huey, Piano Man Smith, which is personal for me. So me and my wife Melissa got married. The song we came out to was his song, "Don't You Just Know It." You walk down the steps, and do your.
I really wish I could remember that night.
It's one of the only things we did it. But if you guys liked the movie, the star of the movie ended up going to jail. I think he killed an undercover cop. It's with not Martin Scorsese, Al Pacino. Al Pacino's the father. Chaz Palminteri is the antagonist. But this movie's play, it was a play before that. Chaz Palminteri plays that role because it's about his life. He was on.
No, not Al Pacino. No. Robert De Niro.
Robert De Niro.
Bronx Tale. Yeah.
So if you guys have seen the movie, if you haven't, rent the movie. Them as kids, are stealing from the vegetable guy, and he's cursing them out. And the song in the background is Huey Piano Smith. And he passed away. It's a personal thing because we used it for the wedding. We love the song.
Yeah.
If you guys want to have just dance around, act like an ass.
Yeah.
Huey Piano Man Smith. Don't You Just Know It and have some fun.
Yeah, I do that all the time.
Yep, sing in the shower, shake it
off.
Yeah. Shake it off.
She's not dead yet.
Yeah, she's not dead. But
not yet.
A lot of people.
The guy from Leonard Skinner died too. Was that
Gary
Rossington?
Yeah.
Is he the last?
He was the survivor of the plane crash,
Yeah,
but obviously there were others.
Yeah,
but
okay.
I think he was one of the last of the originals. Man, the guitar player that joined them was really interesting. I'm sorry I can't remember his name, but he looks like the Crypt Keeper. Keeper's so old. But what it was is he was the best. He was in Leonard Skinner. No offense. But he was in Leonard Skinner before they had hits and whatever. And his father was a traditional blues guy, whatever. He goes, "Why are you wasting time with these stupid punk kids of, long hair, in the 60s, blah, blah, blah." And he's like, "Dad, this is the Panhandle of Florida." And he's like, "Dad, these guys are good. These are my buddies or whatever. It's Ricky something." And his father goes, "You're not that. You're not wasting time. That stick with me. You're old man. I know best." Meanwhile, Freebird later. But this guy is really, really great guitar player, and his father just didn't understand it. Didn't understand the long hair and everything like that. And he joined it.
Excellent musicians.
But he said, in the end, I probably would have been sitting on the plane and gotten killed. So, but Gary Rossington was and Albert Collins. I think Albert Collins passed away in the tragic crash. Unfortunately, were two of the great guitar players, and the kid, his sister Gaines, Steve Gaines, Cassie Gaines was the backup singer. That was his sister, and he replaced another guy that passed, Ed something. He was the only guitar player. He's the one that wrote Sweet Home Alabama. He was the only guitar player that had been in the music business before, and he wasn't a Southern kid. He was a California kid, so he kind of looked. I think it was in three Alarm Clock or something like that. He was like a 60s California guy, and he didn't fit in with them. And the story is Ronnie Van Zant used to torture him. I want to say Ed Randall. It's not Ed Randall, but people that know Leonard Skinner know what I'm talking about. And Ed King, I think, but irregardless. Van Zant would torture him so much, and this guy he wasn't a drug guy. He was like, "What the hell's wrong with you? Why do you pick on me?" He was a little bit overweight, and be calling him all kinds of names and everything. So he demanded one day that Ronnie apologize. He said, he sobered up and goes, "I don't know what you're talking about. I'm not apologizing. Something I don't know what you're talking about." And he quit on the spot, and he left, and he opened the door for the Mr. Gaines to come in.
Yeah.
And they said Gaines was better than Rosington and Collins. They said he was just a natural. And if you know I Know Little, that's him on the intro. And that's what he brought, kind of like chicken picking type of thing to Leonard Skinner. And they absolutely loved him. Unfortunately, he passed. His sister passed in the plane crash. And Rosington was really messed up about it. And if you go to, I think the documentary, I think it's Freebird, may not be, but they go to all their grave sites, and they go to Ronnie grave sites. And they mostly go to clean up the beer that people would leave behind drinking at his grave. And he goes, well, here's my plot over there. You know, shit, nobody leaves anything over here. I ain't dead yet. But if you do, clean up after yourself. He was so nonchalant about it. He just sounded like the coolest guy. And something I think needs to be brought up with the Stars and Bars. And after that, he goes, you know, we're the product of Motown. This is him talking, even Ronnie including. And if you look at Ronnie, you think of like, man, maybe he is redneck, maybe he is like a little. And it's had absolutely nothing to do with that. They absolutely loved R&B. They loved Motown, that sound, but all that tied in with blues and everything, in their opinion.
Yeah.
And Stars and Bars, for people who may or may not understand, for some people, if they don't have a racist bone, they just love the South that much. And that's where I got to work with them. I cannot remember the opening band. We mostly worked for the opening band. And I got to meet Rosington really quickly. And he made a comment, he goes, wow, you're the only black guy on the crew. And it's just like, I think I'm the only black guy here. And he goes, and he said something that was really funny. He goes, well, it doesn't matter because music's not black and white, man. You know, you're welcome around us all the time. A complete stranger, never talked to him again, never saw him again. It was less than a 30-second conversation. But just, he didn't have to say anything, could just walk by. And as far as I'm concerned, there was never a racist bone in anybody that I saw any evidence of that. Stars and Bars for them mean just pride in the South, Sweet Home Alabama, that whole Florida Panhandle, Georgia, you know, which obviously has a different side of that. But they didn't. I don't think they harbored that. I don't think they thought or believed it did. And at one point, they were even considering during Freeboard not to fly the flag and to come out with that. And then, you know, Ronnie Van Zant's brother was the current, or is the singer. And he brought it back, and with the white piano and everything. And you know, it's tradition with them, and they want to keep tradition alive. It's wherever your heart is, and I think their heart was always in the right place, always in a good place, always in a love of music, and you know, a love of where they came from. And I don't think you can take that away. I think it's unfair to try to take that away from people for something that other people may have kind of peed on, you know. So, but good people, really good people. And it's a band I think anybody of any race, color, and religion could back up. You know, and shouldn't feel bad playing.
Yeah, they know them. They know the song.
You know the song.
Everybody knows
the song. Makes you happy, play it. That's what it. Kind of like me. Boils down to. Shit.
Fuzzy Haskins from Parliament.
Oh man, how many guys from Parliament are kind of like going by? Great band in the sky.
Yep. Yeah, another one from my 8-tracks. My 8-track experience.
Yeah.
Y'all kids today don't know about that.
No, even that intro should just get up and start dancing. Just the first 5 seconds of that.
Yeah. So how about I have Harry Belafonte.
I have Harry also. Harry is, man, beyond Deo.
Yeah.
Way beyond Deo.
Beyond
Deo. Activist. Nutritionist. You know, civil rights. Just a complete guy. Did a lot of work with Dr. King. Did a lot of work after that. Was there. The March on Washington in the 60s. Music career, I don't think a lot of people pay much attention to it because of Deo.
Right.
But he had a ton of songs.
There's more songs than that.
There's much more.
Yeah.
Much more. He did a song called, I don't remember, it was a kid growing up. We used to sing John Henry. John Henry was a little...
Oh, yeah.
He did his version of it. It was like, my God. And that voice, like belting it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I didn't have it actually. Melissa, my wife, had it, and it's like 20, maybe 25 songs.
Yeah,
there's maybe like 4 or 5 singers on there.
Right,
that's it. It's unbelievable that a guy had that many hits, and he's only known for Beetlejuice.
One stupid song in Beetlejuice. Yeah. Yeah. Gordon Lightfoot.
Gordon Lightfoot, yeah, the Canadian. Sundown, the Edmund Fitzgerald? Is that what it?
Yeah.
Emerald? Oh man,
Edmund Fitzgerald.
Edmund Fitzgerald,
Yeah.
I had that song.
Yeah. Another classic.
Classic. I had a jazz guy too that I don't know a lot of material. I just know people called him a genius, and I'm gonna delve in from the experts version. Probably one of the greatest. I want to say alto sax, maybe up there with Miles, and I don't know if Miles played alto or tenor or not. But Wayne Shorter supposedly was like, didn't get the fanfare that much deserved, but within circles was a monster. And so if you're into jazz and, if you want to be into jazz and you want to go deeper than the names that are come across, first, go to Wayne Shorter. I think trombone as well. Trombone Shorty is another guy that just like this guy was the master at the craft. Yeah. But Wayne Shorter is somebody you should look into.
Yeah.
If you're a jazz person.
Yeah, jazz is one of those genres where you have to, if you don't like it, you never hear about those people.
No.
Yeah.
I guarantee if you come across even some of the greats, if you don't like jazz, and I found, I think it's called Kind of Blue, but again, because of singles, and that scene where he's down because he doesn't have the girl anymore, and he's playing the bass, like the melody, da-da-da-da-da. I'm like, what the hell is it? I don't think it's called some. It's either Blue Train or some kind of. It's either John Coltrane or Miles Davis.
Okay.
But I'm pretty sure it's Miles Davis, and just that melody, it had me. Like it's like all my years, I didn't know that was out there. So I think it's worth the investigation, even if you don't like it, guys. Give yourself a half hour at least to peruse some stuff. It might open your eyes.
It might.
It might.
Then again, might not.
You might like hit the button like next.
Yeah. All right. So then there's some big names.
Yep.
Tina Turner.
Man, Queen of Soul.
Everybody knows her story.
Queen of Rock and Roll.
Yeah. Everybody knows the story. Ike beat her up. She made a lot of money for Ike.
Yeah.
Classic songs. Ike put her
Proud
out front.
Mary.
Yeah.
Proud Mary.
Ike put her out front, and her voice and her dancing did the rest.
Her whole
the whole persona, yeah.
Man.
Yeah, and then she couldn't take it anymore, and then she went on her own. And
with probably less than $10, black eye, a bloody nose.
Yeah.
I'm Tina Turner. Can you help me? My husband beats me. From that moment on, she was on a path. She didn't know at the time. How's a woman supposed to know coming from that circumstance? But she was on a path to stardom from that moment on. But takes courage. Anybody that's in an abusive relationship, do what you have to do.
Yeah.
Get out of it and protect yourself. And if you have kids, protect your kids and get them to a safe place.
Get them away from it.
Get them away from it. Yep.
No doubt. Yeah.
And she's a woman definitely. It's bigger than music, but it's definitely something to look into. Yeah. And it has nothing to do with talent or anything. It has everything to do with survival. Mm-hmm. So we are definitely pro survivors and people that are in a bad place. If you can help somebody, help them. Even if you can just talk to them.
Right. Sometimes that's all it takes.
That's all it takes to give them the strength to carry on. And when she did, she became a monster in the music industry. Absolutely. Struggled at first, but the end result was unapologetic and great.
Yeah. Somebody we mentioned before, Tony Bennett.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I mean, great voice.
Brought to generations.
That style of music.
Yep.
By big band.
Amy Winehouse first, and then Lady Gaga second. And man, people just if you forgot who Tony Bennett was or you didn't know, shame on you, shame on you.
I don't care what style of music you're into, rap, metal, jazz. I don't care. There's just certain artists you need to know. You just need to know them and their music.
Yep.
Even if it's 4 songs.
Yeah.
There's just certain ones you need to know.
100%.
He's one of them.
Left My Heart in San Francisco.
Yeah.
God, countless. It's classic. It's classy music. It's maybe tuxedo or suit and tie music. Irregardless, man. It's like you're with your girl. You got your arm around her, man. Tony Bennett, baby. It's Stony Bennett.
Yeah. I mean,
the best.
Two good artists to listen to when you're doing the dirty. I think it's Tony Bennett and Bob Marley.
Ooh, man, you're getting in there now.
Yeah.
Well, this is it, baby making music.
Yeah. I think it was my second wife. I knew once I heard Bob Marley come on.
Trouble.
It's on.
It's gonna be some furniture moving.
It's on.
Bounce, bounce.
I have Sinead O'Connor.
Yeah, I do too.
I didn't even know that she died.
Yeah. She had a rough life.
Yeah. Great voice.
Great voice. Man, you know, the girl from the Cranberries, I think, took a lot from her. I think she passed away too. Not this year, but you know, relatively recently. But yeah, she's a major influence from the land of green, Ireland, and a big proponent. I think whether you like it or not, it was risky.
Yeah.
To do the SNL
ripping the
picture photo, but as we saw, you know, maybe not directly to him, but certainly there are plenty in the church that she was aiming that on.
Yeah.
And you know, maybe it was because they hit it. And again, you know, to prey upon the weak is rough. It really shouldn't matter what side of the tracks you're coming from, but she did something not a lot of people do, and that's take a risk and
throw herself out there.
Yep, and she paid for it. Frank Sinatra said he wanted to punch her in the face. And I think Frank would have.
Oh yeah, he liked to hit one.
Yeah, he was a hitter, another great talent, but I don't think that excuses you.
All right, let's get through a couple more.
Yes, sir.
Randy Meisner from the Eagles. He died.
Huge, yeah.
And one of the biggest bands ever.
God, great voice.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I had one too. Do you remember Bobby Caldwell?
Yes.
Yeah. He comes up on the internet as I didn't know this guy was white. You know, just a great R&B singer, man. Who just, man, they're called in certain circles panty droppers, and he had a couple panty droppers. And, you know, where'd my panties go?
Where do my panties go?
Oh, down my back.
How do they end up around your neck?
Oh my.
Robbie Robertson from the band.
The Weight.
And then the last one that I have. Personally, I never knew what the big deal was, but I know I'm in the minority, is Jimmy Buffett.
Yep, I am too. I think it's a taste in music.
Yeah. Never
went to concert, never wanted to go. Do appreciate some of the songs. You know, I like the Happy Hour theme. He turned living your best life into a business.
Yeah.
So I can't believe how much money he was worth. They had the parrot heads, and you know, it's 5 o'clock somewhere.
Yeah.
That I mean, how do you market something we all do? I think I will.
Yeah.
And it wasn't even that. It was just like, you know, you guys are crazy going to 9 to 5s. And I'm going to sing about it.
Yeah. I never was into him, but
never into him, but I
gotta give it to him.
Yeah, gotta give it to him.
I mean, his song is legendary. It'll be played
the rest of the time.
Well past when we're gone, maybe past when our kids are gone.
Absolutely.
The song is still going to be there.
Absolutely.
But,
it's 5 o'clock somewhere till the end of time.
Yeah.
Till the sun explodes, what they say. So I think that that's one for ages, for all ages. Yeah.
All right. Well,
I have.
We enjoyed our death list.
Yeah, I got a few more real quick. You named all. This is another personal one I grew up with. Ahmad Jamal, another jazz guy.
Okay.
Nothing really famous. Brazilian, I believe, musician. Incredible music. I'm sorry, not Brazilian, French. Guys, just check them out whenever you get a chance to. You covered that. And then the last of it, very quickly, Jerry Moss is the M in A&M Records with Herb Alpert.
Right.
Great executive, not a musician, just executive in the music industry. Like I said, started in a garage, and who knew you could become, you know, one of the biggest record labels out of a garage. Bernie Marsden, I forget the instrument plays, but he's from Whitesnake and UFO.
Yes.
Bernie was there. Bernie was there for Ozzy's first album, I believe, and Sharon took credit away from him. So if you look at Blizzard of Oz, I don't think you'll find him, but Bernie is one of the musicians on there. before Rudy Sarzo, so I think it's bass. But incredible, he's a great English musician, and you know, he'll be missed. And a legendary. Yeah, Sharon's another one. Another two I didn't think we talked with, a big Generation Now guy, the lead singer of Smash Mouth, Steve Harwell. Harwell, I'm sorry to anybody, to his family. Rest in peace. Smash Mouth, they did their thing. They went out there and, you know, for a bunch of guys. That's what we would say, just a bunch of guys. They could start a band, and unfortunately got involved with things you shouldn't get involved with, and the body can only take so much.
It's that old story.
Yep. But, you know, I don't know anybody in this generation or the generation coming up that doesn't know All Star or a great cover they did from War was Why Can't We Be Friends? Did a great ska version of it, and, you know, he'll be missed, and it's sad. You know. And the final one I have is Rudolph Isley from the Isley Brothers. Man, what can you say about that?
Another classic, another group that you need to know and need to listen to.
And the original funk bass, right?
Yeah.
Slap funk.
Weren't they local to here?
I think so. I think. And I know they played New England a lot.
I want to say they were local.
Yeah, and this was not a big area other than being next to the city, but they played just like God, jumping all over the place. But the part of oh my God, the movie, it's taken from a Leonard Skinner actually in Waterbury, where the drug starts with an A. The movie I'm thinking of with Kurt. I'm sorry. What the fuck's her name? She married Chris Robinson. The blonde.
Yeah.
Her first movie. Goldie Hawn's daughter. I'm getting old. I'm sorry, bro. Whatever her name is, whatever that movie was.
Tatum O'Neal.
Nope. That's Ryan's. Yep, that's Ryan's. I think they know each other. Bobby Caldwell.
Yeah.
Who called before we used to yell out?
Oh, the basketball.
Yeah.
Oh,
we're old. We're old, man.
Yeah.
But anyways, in the movie, they crashed because they wouldn't let him out for not finishing their set, and they said, "You guys want to buy a gate?" They crashed through the gate, and they said, "We bought a gate." Well, that actually happened in Waterbury, Connecticut, with Leonard Skinner, and that's what they did. And you would never think Leonard Skinner in the South in the early 70s with 60s, whatever, would play up here, and they were legends up here. So. Yeah, the Isley Brothers definitely played in New England and to big crowds. And I think they used to play in Stamford. I'd have to talk to our buddy up the road here. The hospital works with me. You know.
Bill Walton?
That's him. Billy Walton. God, that guy could dunk. Rich.
Oh, man.
Rich. So when he was growing up in that area for Strawberry Hill, a lot of big, legendary people that we know of, think of now, played right by the high school over there. And I think the Isley Brothers did as well. You would never think that. You know?
Well, what was over there?
By the same high school, I guess there was a field, that field where the football field is.
Yeah.
And I guess they had concerts back there in the 60s when he was growing up.
Oh, really?
Yeah. When you see him next, ask about him. And his older brother used to take him to shows of people that are legendary, but I don't really know exactly which one. Let him tell you, you'd be surprised for Strawberry Hill. Really, they played there.
Well, there was the club down Japan. What was it called? The Regency or something.
Oh, okay.
But my grandparents used to go there, and all the Tony Bennett and all those guys would play there. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Well, it was all. Yeah,
it
was all connected.
Come on in.
All those guys, the owner was connected.
Do us a favor.
Yeah, come and play my club.
Play my club.
Yeah. All right, that was interesting.
That was good.
Yeah,
it was good. Yeah. So a giant rest in peace to all those
everybody,
who passed, and to their families, the ones that love their music, and I really believe this video can help you in certain directions with people you've never heard of. To give a listen.
Yeah, we gave you some homework.
Do your homework.
Especially if you're a musician or you want to be. Yeah.
All you guys that think you know everything, you don't know enough.
Yeah. Like I said, all these bands with all these harmonies, sing to it. Sing all the parts. It's going to help you.
Yes, it will.
All right.
In the very end.
Yeah. So if you like what you say, give us a thumbs up.
please
hit the like button.
like and subscribe.
Drop a comment about anything.
We will pay attention and respond.
Yeah, absolutely. No doubt. So, see you next time.
Till the next time, guys.
Rod.
Thank you guys for all your help in growing this channel. We will try to be more frequent with our posts. And, you know,
I'll try not to fall down any more
please,
stairs.
you know, and be there to catch them.
Please, somebody be at the bottom.
Just be at the bottom. Come on, man up. The Brotherhood, we love you. We've spoken. Until next time, Ed.
Peace.
Love you, bro.
Peace in the Middle East.
Peace in the Middle East.
That's bringing one back from where?
Peace in the Middle East.
All right, guys.
Peace.
We'll see you.
Take care.